Hello Starcraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Zed and Prince on Moonlight Madness, the latter edition. This is a subscriber submitted replay sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. You too can submit replays to that address, and I will cast them as long as they are interesting and novel strategies, or if they're master level or above, showing great micro and macro. Alright, in the bottom left of Moonlight Madness, the latter edition, we have the red Zerg player. It is Zed. And in the top right of Moonlight Madness, the latter edition, we have the blue Terran player. It is Prince. So Moonlight Madness is kind of a fun map. I've seen some really fun games on this map recently. It's not really a set place to take your natural base. You'd think it'd be here, but you also have this ramp coming off your main up here as well, which you can knock down rock towers to seal it off, but I've seen players take their second base at this location at the same time. So they wall this off, take the second here because it's not really expected. The path the army has to take to get to this base compared to this one is a little bit more roundabout. I think it's easier to scout. It takes more time for them to get there, which might explain why people tend to take this base instead of the more natural, haha. Anyway, it looks like the Terran player Prince is trying to wall off both of these at the same time. I don't know if that means we're going to see a one-base play or what. Zerg player is actually going a pool first. Oh, pool first into Extractor here. Interesting play. So Prince does have the spawning pool, is getting 4 lings, 2 more on the way, so 6 total. Does not quite have enough gas to get that metabolic boost yet. But look at this. The lings have mischief on their minds. They're heading on out. And I know I've always talked about the death of cheese and Legacy of the Void, but you know what? This was a pool first build. The lings are coming out. They're trying to deny or punish the Terran player for going an early command center. And is it going to happen? I just don't know. This SCV doesn't look like it's trying to make a command center. Oh, there it is. Command center on the high ground. You tricked me, SCV. Yes, scamp. But here come the lings. Metabolic boost is on the way. And here comes a Reaper at the same time. So the lings try to squeeze through here. They do. They get squeezed right around. They go after this. SCV gets pulled off. The SCV does not want to die. The command center is abandoned for now. The lings try to get into this mineral line. But here comes the Reaper. The Reaper should be able to handle these before too many SCVs die. The SCVs attacking, I'm not sure is a great idea. They do kill. Ooh, get another ling there. And all that's left here are just 4 lings. There are more and more coming across the map, though. This Reaper with good control, again, can kill an innumerable number of slow lings. But SCV is falling again, just being a little bit careless there. The Reaper getting another kill here is up to a total of 4 now. Going to get 5, and there it goes. The ling does kill a supply depot. It's not actually canceled. Here comes 2 Reapers. There we go. That should be enough to handle these lings. 1 ling goes down. Another ling as well goes down. And all the Reapers do manage to stay alive. Very happy about themselves. The wall is hastily finished by Prince before more lings can show up. And they're still coming across the map. Metabolic boost is on the way. Reaper production continuing for Prince. And I just don't know if they can get through. Although this command center is pretty low on health. Pretty low on hit points. Are they going to kill the command center before the SCV can actually finish building it? And the answer is very close to being no. It does get canceled. Oh, losing that command center is massive. There is a hatchery coming up for Zed, but the continual push, replacement command center immediately for Prince. Zed continuing to send lings out, but I think the ling production is actually still on the way. 6 total there, 6 total here. 12 lings should be on the field right now. Indeed, there are. The Reapers are in a lot of trouble. They don't want to get surrounded by these lings. 1 Reaper does fall, pushing out again, popping up there, being very safe on the high ground, being very annoying as well. The lings say, we killed 1 command center, we can kill another one, but the Reaper's doing a great job splitting, coming at different angles from the lings. And here we go, all of the lings together now. Coming in, might just focus on that command center again. I don't think they're going to be able to get it, though. They get an SCV, KD8 charge as well. That one whiffs, but it actually knocked some of the Zerglings over onto this side of the supply depot. They might get the supply depot before they all end up dead. Super close to it, and no, they do not. All the lings are dead. SCV repairs it just at the last second. Prince has been under fire from the get-go here, but Prince is up 19 to 13 total harvesters. So this is something I like to talk about a lot in my videos, and that is, even if you have been under attack from very early harassment by whatever race it is, early harass from Protoss, Terran, or Zerg, and you hold it off, you're probably ahead. Honestly, at the point compared to your opponent, not on attack move, these lings, they're going to try to get us around, though, using the high ground once again. The Reapers getting surrounded, though, popping up and down, back and forth. The ling's not doing a good job with the micro, finally getting kind of what they wanted, but there are too few left to really make a difference. Look at these Reapers tear through Oh, pops up on the high ground, still alive, and one Reaper does fall. The other two, though, are continuing to massacre Lings. Total Lings that have died is 36 at this point. 36 Lings for 3 Reapers and 4 SCVs. I don't know if that's a fair trade. I really don't. Prince is up 23 to 12 total Harvesters there. The Lings trying to catch this Reaper before it escapes into the high ground, and they cannot. Overlord here scouting things out. Command Center just about halfway, 60% complete here. Are they going to get this SCV? No, they can't decide what to attack, and finally they just retreat. Say, this is not good for us at all. Trying to hide from the Reapers in this area over here. Maybe become Banelings. What is going on? There is a Baneling nest, but 6 Zerglings are still in production. Zed is trying to make this work with 21 total Harvesters. He did make a big swell of drones here. Kind of tried to want to saturate the second base, getting double, quadruple gas, though. Double gas here. Double gas here. This is so many Vespene Geysers for 21 workers. It's just not enough. You can't saturate both of your bases on the minerals and get all the gas you need. Here comes the Spire. Switching over is Zed from a Ling Pressure into a Mutalisk build. I mean, immediately, there goes that command center. Prince is feeling very safe. Fully walled off, making an orbital command with this command center as well. It's just a matter of getting that worker count back up, getting a wall, getting all those things like, here we go, stim, getting some Hellions to deal with those Lings at the same time. There is a drop on the way with Hellions along the left side, and does it get spotted? I don't think it did. I don't think those Lings saw it, unfortunately for Zed. And here come the Lings trying to take down this debris. I guess that is a reason to take this space, because it cannot be accessed unless you kill this debris. But here comes the drop right on top of all of these workers. The Queen comes here trying to deal with it, but a single Queen is no match for 4 Hellions, even if they are not Blue Flame. The Lings come all the way back home to try to deal with it. But oh, the drones are getting lined up. They are getting roasted left and right. Every single drone here, I think, good pickup there. Picking up the wounded Hellions and getting them out, but the number of drones that have died is a huge number. It is 11, and I think, yes, all 4 Hellions were saved. Good play there indeed. The Reapers came in there, thought better of it, and backed out. A couple Hellions and Marines pushing up this area at the same time, making sure the debris is still there. This debris is well still here. So yes, and dropping again the Hellions in the natural. 1 Hellion does fall, but these drones are not getting split very well. Picked up at the last second. Oh, excellent play there indeed by Prince. Reaper's checking for a hidden third base. There's not one, so the Zerg player is definitely stuck on these 2 bases. Really doesn't feel safe enough to take a third. There are Hellions out. There are Reapers out. There is nothing that can really deal with that. There is a single Muta, I guess. 1 Muta, no more in production. This Muta is going to try to find this medevac and kill it all by its lonesome. And actually on the creep, KD8 charge, knocking everybody back, and all the Reapers die along with it. That was kind of a gutsy KD8 charge. Dropping back here again, the Hellions need to be killing workers instead of this extractor. This might be beyond Prince's control right now. I'm not sure where Prince's attention is, but picks it up, moves them out. So couldn't have been too crazy. There's the Muta. I don't think 1 Muta is enough to actually kill a medevac all that quickly, and really it's not. Another drop coming here with 4 more Hellions. Is the Blue Flame upgrade anywhere happening? No, I don't think so. Yeah, medevac running all the way home from this Mutalisk. Pretty low on hit points as well. This Muta might be able to kill it. It's checking out these Lings. Once again, there's really no getting up here. There are the Marines, there are Marauders at the top of that ramp. They could change into Banelings right now. Zed does have enough gas to make some Banelings. Pretty low on mineral count, though. It's 26 to 30 total Harvesters. I think Prince perhaps could have done a better job macroing up after feeling safe after that early attack, but instead kind of went on the offensive. Again, it did kill a whole bunch of workers as the Marines stand in and try to get rid of these Mutas. Reinforcements show up there, stim available. The Muta count is getting fairly high. 7 total Mutas here, picking off individual Marines, and the missile turret should help to drive these guys off, and it does. The Mutas really don't want to go in there with a missile turret and this number of Marines available. They don't have any attack upgrades or armor upgrades, so it makes them a little bit less intimidating. But again, that Muta count does stand at 7. They're going to sweep on in here and try to kill what they can, going after add-ons on the factory, try to prevent the research that can be available on that tech lab. And catching individual Marines is nice too. 2 Marines end up dead. Another one dies at the same time. They back on out, so you're going to come into the main base. I will harass the natural. No, fake out back into the main base to finish off that tech lab. And going after the factory here. I suppose they don't want to see any Thors, but just incredible Muta control here looking really good, really faking out the Terran player, saying, all right, you go back down that ramp, I'll stay up here. If you stay up here, I'll go back to the natural. It really just is up to the Terran player to decide what they want to do with this. And killing Marines is apparently what the Terran wants to do. Prince doing a good job getting those Marine shots out onto these Mutalisks. Something else died there. What was that? Oh, got the medevac. Well picked up indeed. Zerg player Zed. Makes sense. Zerg for Zed. Not taking another base during this harass. This is something you can really learn from. Zerg players and Terran players and Protoss players. If you're harassing, expand. I mean, at this point, I was going to say Prince is a little bit too scared to attack, but nope. Going to come in right on in here and roast up some more of these juicy drones. The Lings go home as well instead of trying to kill this orbital command, which is not actually landing. So many drones dying here. Oh my goodness gracious. One Hellion does fall, but it doesn't really matter. Number of drones that have been killed is 26. This is something we've seen since Wings of Liberty. This Hellion harass. If you're a Terran player, learn how to do this. And picking up the medevac with the boost wearing off, and boom, the Mutalisks do get the medevac. Kablooey, Marine, Marauder, Hellion is here for Prince. Zed's getting +1 flyer attack, replacing the drones as best he can. It's still only 31 workers for Prince. I don't know why Prince isn't continuing to make workers, but anyway, so right now Orbital Command does have enough for a couple mules. Probably could use those as well to get that income up just a little bit. Prince is pretty much spending the money fairly well. There's a lot of gas in the bank. Same thing for Zed. Zed has a ton of gas in the bank. I'd like to see some lurkers possibly out of Zed, or maybe a Roach Hydra composition with the lurkers at the same time. Another attack coming with Marines in that medevac for Prince, and Marines in that one as well. So double Marine attack coming on up. Armory being built by Prince. This Overlord scouts out this medevac drop, but again, it really depends on if Zed is paying attention. I don't know that he is. Oh, trying to land this hatchery. I don't think Prince saw that one. Pushing right on in with the Marines, using their STEM ability, killing more and more workers. Again, this number of Lings is not really enough to deal with this number of Marines. Queens are going to fall at the same time. Transfuse does not go down. Another Queen ends up falling. Going after the Spire. Can they get the Spire before the +1 flyer attack finishes? That would be a huge pickup for Prince, and he does get it. The Marine DPS looking so tough right now. Going after the Baneling Nest as well, because why not? Banelings are the Marines' natural enemy. No, instead of going after this spawning pool, surprisingly enough, then getting the Baneling Nest at the same time. All the Broodlings show up and get a full surround on these Marines, and they do manage to kill one. A Marine does actually die there, surprisingly. One Muta shouldn't be enough to scare these medevacs away, but perhaps it is. There are some Banelings here, and Centrifugal Hooks is being researched. Is there? Oh, there's a second Baneling Nest here. I didn't even see that. How embarrassing. Alright, whatever. There's a second Baneling Nest, surprisingly enough, researching Centrifugal Hooks to make those Banelings a little bit faster. Another push coming down to the right side for Prince, Marines, and Marauders. Probably going to do an assault on this third base here. And Jack's not looking that great. That Queen is maxed out on energy. That Queen ended up dead. And there is no Queen at the third base. Is there really only one Queen right now? Yep, one Queen for Zed. Not amazing play, I'm going to have to say. Marines, Marauders, trying to take down this debris to allow them another avenue of attack into the third base. They don't have to fly. Previous attacks did come in on medevacs. Swooping around here again, landing just outside the creep. Probably see a scan and then a push forward to get rid of some of those creep tumors. Just prevent the Zerg player from getting too comfortable that way. But here come the Lings. Here come some Banelings with those Centrifugal Hooks. And is it going to happen? Yes, running away and picking up immediately as Prince. Backing on out again. This army not quite ready to move on in quite yet. Now they are trying to go for it. 2 Mutas in the air I don't think is enough to really make this happen. Perhaps landing here with the Artisalope and the Tastalope is a good idea, but nope. Instead, they come back to join the rest of the Marine buddies. Fairly big Marine Marauder squad. All the Lings run in, but they just get melted. No Baneling support, no Muta support at all. And that's it. Zed's defeated. Prince is victorious. And Zed has left the game. So, all right. Pretty crazy back and forth action there. If we go back to the Everyone tab. And, yep, everyone's left the game at that point. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the Speedling consistently throwing themselves into the Terran wall attack. I mean, it can win, and yes, there were some early SCV losses, but every single one of those Zerglings is basically a drone. Or every 2 of them is a drone, and every Ling that dies, 65 of them total, could be additional workers. We could be up to 65, 70 workers for Zed here at the 13 mark, very, very easily 13-minute mark for Zed, but instead we're at 48. The Ling Baneling mute attack didn't ever really happen. Prince was doing pretty well with the harassment the rest of the time, killing so many of those workers. I guess that was part of it, right? So Prince got 31 total drone kills there. But anyway, pretty good stuff there. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Listen to the music that is new on my end slate that comes up at the end of this video, the anti-spoiler type stuff. That was kind of what I'm trying to say here. It was submitted to me by a subscriber. He went ahead and switched up that end slate, added a SoundCloud address you can check out more of his music at, and added the background music. So pretty cool stuff. Thanks so much for doing that. It really increases the atmosphere of the channel and make things just a little bit more cool. So all that stuff that makes this channel look great, the logos, the end slate, the introduction, has pretty much come from subscribers. So I appreciate all the work that you guys do. Thanks for sharing my video here on YouTube. Thanks for sharing my stuff out on Reddit and Team Liquid. At the same time, just get the numbers out. I'm really happy with where I am and with my growth right now. With the Starcraft 2 videos, but I feel like there are more people out there who could really stand to get daily Legacy of the Void in their life. So if they could hear about Falcon Paladin, that would be a good thing for them. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and as always, you take care of yourself.